The U.S. government must want this Dr. Pyotr Ivanovich pretty bad to send me here. They spent a fortune in bribes and false documents just to get me this far. I guess it makes more sense to send in a lone Irish businessman, a shoe salesman at that, than a SEAL team. No loose ends, and no chance of starting a war. The government's all about plausible deniability these days. Can't say that I blame them. Intelligence reports that Dr. Ivanovich is one of the Soviet Union's top biopreparate scientists. The FBI's been keeping tabs on him for years. Seems after all this time, the good doctor wants out. My sources tell me he's in fear for his life and wants to defect. He's offering information about Soviet biopreparate activities in exchange for extraction, and ultimately his freedom. That's where I come in. I'm told that Dr. Ivanovich is being held in the Morovia Grand Hotel, a safe house for scientists, government officials, and other members of the intelligentsia. The place is heavily guarded. Hell, it's a fortress. This won't be easy, especially since I'm unarmed. I'll have to do this quietly, at least until I can meet my contact and secure a firearm.
Предъявите пропуск.
Ну вот я раз, я только вчера здесь был. Ну может пропустишь, а? Чего?
Ваш пропуск.
Ну не волнуйся, она, наверное, где-то здесь в машине. Но мне только разгрузить нужно в парке и все.
Ты знаешь правила. Без пропуска проезд воспрещен.
Уверен? А где это здесь? Ну минуточку.
Ладно. Проезжай.
Keep the change.
Пока.
Hey, mister. You dropped your briefcase.
How careless of me. Thank you.
Don't mention it. No, I think you should visit a cafe across the street. I hear the Polevka is quite good.
Good evening, sir. Would you care for something to eat?
I'd like to try the Polevka.
Perhaps you would prefer Svikola instead?
No, thank you. The Polevka was highly recommended.
Excellent. Polevka it is. Follow me. Sorry we couldn't get you more firepower, Mr. Mullins. It's the best we could do. This is okay, yes?
This'll be fine.
I need to be getting back to work. You can let yourself out the back, The Hotel Prague is just down the street. I wouldn't recommend going in the front door, though. I'd look for a different way in.
Thank you for your help.
I'll be seeing you soon. Godspeed to you, Mr. Mullins. Goodbye, and good luck.
Made it.
Мы искали вас, доктор. Теперь вы пойдете со мной. А где ваш надоедливый маленький друг, а?
Right here, pal.
Пожалуйста, ваши билеты.
Of course. I have them right here.
Доброго пути.
You can relax, Doctor. We're safe now. Just sit back and enjoy the ride.
John, I can't thank you enough for getting me out of there. I used to think I was serving my country by helping the biopreparat, but I realize now that nothing good can come of their experiments. The best way for me to help my people is to make sure the world knows what's happening there. We need to put a stop to this.
I'm sure it was a difficult decision to make, but you're doing the right thing.
The right thing, if only it were that simple. To my country, I am a traitor. I'll never be able to set foot on my home soil again. My home, my friends, gone. But I'm not a traitor, right?
Doctor, you really shouldn't.
Oh, don't mind my ramblings, John. I'll be fine. I only wish my former comrades would realize the consequences of what they're doing. Most of them don't even understand the destructive potential of the weapons they're creating. Millions of men, women, children could die at the press of a button. How can you win a war that no one survives? How can you win a war at all, for that matter? Those men are greedy and selfish, willing to sell their knowledge and experience to the highest bidder. Don't they realize? No, I don't suppose they do. Which is why I had to escape.
With your help, Doctor, a lot of lives can be saved.
Exactly. Many lives. There are terrorist groups all over the world that would kill for the information in my head. What if these bioweapons fall into the wrong hands? No one would be safe. I couldn't live with myself if I allowed that to happen. I'm going to tell your people everything I know. Names, dates, places, everything. I can only hope they can come up with a way to stop these experiments or develop countermeasures against them.
We can, and we will.
Do you remember the outbreak in Sverdlovsk in 1979?
Vaguely. I seem to recall.
68 people died along with hundreds of animals. Their blood is on my hands. We were developing an extremely deadly combination of 4 strains of anthrax in a nearby weapons lab in the Urals. Our safety protocols were compromised, and there was nothing we could do to stop it. I was lucky to escape with my life. The government called it a natural infection carried by the animals. I can assure you there was nothing natural about it. We were fortunate to contain it before it spread any further. I should have realized then the horror I was unleashing. You know, I can still hear the screams. I still hear the screams. God help me, John. What have I done?
I just got a call from the shop. It seems they have an assignment that's suited to my talents. Whatever it is, it must be pretty important. I have an appointment to meet the shop's director and the assistant director this afternoon at their main office in Texas. They have armories and operations all over the world, disguised as legitimate businesses, like Goldberg's used books. The shop is dedicated to the preservation of peaceful society and a staunch enemy of terrorism. While they know no allegiance to any government, they hire themselves out to countries that have need of their unique services. Some would say they're in the business of solving problems, the kind of problems that just don't seem to go away. I'll be interested to see what they have for me this time. Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm John Mullins.
Good to meet you, John. We've heard a lot about you. I'm Assistant Director Aaron Wilson, and this is the shop's director, Anthony Michaels.
Mr. Wilson? Mr. Michaels?
You can call me Tony.
I believe you've already met Dr. Pyotr Ivanovich.
Doctor, it's been a long time.
Indeed it has. 10 years, I believe. I've been working with the shop for some time. Surprising how paths haven't crossed before now.
Now that we're all acquainted. Are you aware of the upcoming World Trade meeting in Switzerland, John?
Yes, of course. Diplomats are flying in from all over the world.
Exactly. And the perfect target for a terrorist attack. The shop is on high alert. We want to be ready for anything.
Where do I fit in?
We have reason to believe my old protege, Dmitry Sestrogor, is developing a new wave of biochemical weapons. Your experience and success in these matters makes you the perfect man for the job.
There was an incident in northern Colombia recently.
An incident?
Doctor, please explain.
Apparently, a rebel faction is using viral weapons on civilians to coerce the Colombian government into making concessions to their cause. We want you to go down there and investigate. You need to find out who's behind these attacks, and more importantly, where they're getting these bioweapons. All signs point to Sestrogor, though we can't prove it yet. The Biopreparat as an organization has been dormant for the most part over the past 10 years, but weapons developed by Dr. Sestrogor have been linked to terrorist activities around the world. This man is extremely dangerous, and we need to know if he's involved.
What are the specifics of the operation? Do you have reason to believe these Colombian rebels have interest in the World Trade meeting?
Sorry, John. You're on a need-to-know basis. We want you to fly down there and check it out. Upon successful insertion, our agents will brief you in the field.
I'm getting tired of all this secrecy. Either you people trust me or you don't. If you don't trust me, pay me my kill fee and I'm out of here.
Easy, John. If our security protocols are violated, your mission could be jeopardized. You don't want to risk that, do you? The shop is in the business of secrecy. It's what's kept us going all these years, and it's helped keep you alive.
If you're not interested, we can always find someone else.
That won't be necessary. When do I leave?
Immediately. There's a chopper outside waiting to take you to the Nimitz.
Taylor, it's good to see you again. What are you doing here?
It's good to see you too, John. I was about to ask you the same question.
I'm sure you two can get reacquainted when you meet up in Colombia. Security, Mr. Mullins is on his way. See that he gets where he needs to go.
Yes, sir.
I'll meet you in Colombia, John.
Good luck, John.
Thank you, Doctor. We'll be in touch. Taylor, I'll see you soon.
Be careful, John. We've got an incoming transmission from Sam. According to this, Manuel Vergara has ties to former members of the KGB. Sam seems to think that Vergara isn't the source of the mutagen. He may have been supplied by someone else.
That makes sense. Someone gave Vergara the virus, and he used this village as a testing ground.
Sam agrees that Vergara needs to be checked out. He recommends we move immediately. He's sending all of the information we have on him. Let's get our gear and get to work.
Let's do it.
John, you read? Over.
Go ahead.
The mansion looks to be heavily guarded. I see several men patrolling the area. The windows appear to be covered. I see searchlights in the front. Stay alert.
Will do.
John, a limo just pulled up and someone's coming out the front. See if you can check it out.
Roger that. Who's this guy? Looks a little out of place. I don't know who that is, Taylor.
I'll see if Sam can check it out. Let's get back to the mission. I don't see any way in through the front. There are too many guards around. You're going to have to find another way in. Maybe through the garage or the roof.
Affirmative. Taylor, come in.
Go ahead.
Jackpot. Vergara's involved with a terrorist group calling themselves Prometheus. They supplied him with the bioweapon he used on that village in exchange for arms and drugs. Apparently they're calling the bioweapon Romulus. It appears Prometheus has another shipment on its way to America. I've got the manifest right here. It says something about a ship called the Seaward Star. There's also a date and an address here.
Nice work, John. I'll report to Sam and see if he can track down the Seaward Star. Find Vergara and see what you can get out of him. We need to find out more about his dealings with Prometheus.
Understood. All right, Vergara. Playtime's over. What's your connection with Prometheus? And what about the Seaward Star? Talk.
You're too late. Romulus is already on its way to Tampa Bay aboard the Seaward Star. You'll never make it in time. And besides, it's too heavily guarded. You won't even get close. Don't you see? They've won.
Where are they planning to strike? New York? Los Angeles? What about Prometheus? Who are they? Where are they?
I tell you nothing. They will kill me. You don't know what kind of people you're dealing with.
I have people who can protect you. Tell me what you know and I can help you.
You must be joking. No one can protect me from them. Not you, not the shop, not anyone.
What? How do you know about the shop?
I know many things about the shop. Maybe even more than you know. That's right, Major John F. Mullins of Oklahoma. Former member of the Phoenix group in Vietnam. Crusaded against terrorism the world over. Convinced? Or shall I continue?
Listen to me, you
No! You listen to me! I have family. They will be killed. I can let that happen. I won't let that happen.
What are you doing?
It's the only way. Forgive me, Lord.
Damn it! Good thing the Coast Guard was able to track the Seaward Star. We're really cutting this close. There's no way we can let this ship reach Tampa Bay.
Once you're aboard, you've got to find that mutagen and destroy it at all costs. We've got zero margin of error on this one, John.
I know. Are you ready?
Yes. You?
Ready as I'll ever be. Too close.
Nice work, though. It looks like we don't have to worry about that virus reaching the States.
Now we've got to find out if there are any more shipments like this one out there.
We should pay Sam a visit at the bookstore. Maybe our agents have had some luck researching the virus and the Prometheus group.
Agreed.
I have a few things to take care of when we get ashore, so I'll meet you there. I'll call ahead and let Sam know he should expect us.
Sounds good to me.
Our research department is trying to make sense of this whole mess with Prometheus, Vergara, and the Seaward Star. The top brass really wants to take out this Prometheus group immediately. Based on what we've seen so far, they're extremely dangerous.
Sam and I have been coordinating with research and our field agents on this one, John. I think we may have something.
We discovered that Manuel Vergara has ties to this man, Alexei Nashrad.
Nashrad is ex-KGB, John. Extremely dangerous. This is the only photo we have of him on file.
I've seen him before. He was at Vergara's mansion in Colombia. He got into a limo and left the compound just as we arrived.
We also have the lab report from Pureza. We've entered the lab's finding with the keyword Romulus in the FBI's carnivore database. Intensive research brought back mostly Roman mythological references, most notably Prometheus. But something in the search didn't fit.
We've determined that Romulus is indeed the code name for the mutagen used on Pureza. When we cross-referenced Romulus and Prometheus, we started getting references to something called the Gemini virus. Our agents ran a trace and discovered that this so-called Gemini virus is actually a two-part strain, composed of Romulus and another unknown element, Remus.
Yeah, we're speculating that Remus is a sister virus, but we have no idea what it does.
I don't like the sound of that.
Our research hit was at a dead end when the carnivore tabs turned up an email that mentioned Prometheus and, more importantly, Remus. According to the email, Remus is currently in development in Hong Kong. We've even got an address.
Who sent the email?
Someone with the net name Deviant1. That's all we know.
Whoever Deviant-1 is, they've successfully masked their identity from the carnivore program and the FBI. The identity trace failed.
So how do we know this Deviant-1 guy is legit?
We don't. Unfortunately, it's the only lead we have.
Good point. When do we leave?
You're on your own on this one, John. I'm going to stay here and help Sam find out more about Romulus and Deviant-1. I'm also going to see if we can find out how Alexei Nashrad fits into the picture.
We've arranged transportation for you to Hong Kong. Everything's set to go.
I'll let you know if we find anything.
I'll do the same.
Be careful, John.
You too.
喂，咁呢個 Remus 毒病毒係做啲乜嘢嘅？我真係唔明白噶噃。基本上只要將呢個 Remus 送到你個衛星網絡，散佈到全世界每部電腦，佢會自我維持，搜尋並進入到每台呢個細電腦。咁呢個 Romulus、Prometheus 同埋 Gemini 呢個病毒呢，會將所有嗰啲小電腦嗰啲資料都刪除到。
So that's it. Remus isn't an organism. It's a computer virus.
咁點解要刪除嗰啲文件啫？哈哈！一旦呢個 Remus 侵入全世界每個民用、軍用同埋政府資料庫，所引起嘅混亂，可以阻止任何人發展呢個消滅 Romulus 嘅軟體啦。我哋可以利用佢榨取全球數十億。Remus 呢個病毒塑造性強，我哋可以利用佢搜尋任何資料隨意刪除。到嗰陣時候啊，乜嘢都係可以㗎啦。
Not if I have anything to say about it. The mission in Hong Kong was a success. Luckily, I managed to obtain a copy of Remus for the shop to analyze. I'm returning to Goldberg's used books to meet up with Sam and Taylor to see what they found out about Romulus and Prometheus. Hopefully, they've been as successful as I have.
John, come in. Mr. Wilson and I were just discussing the unfortunate incident at the armory.
Incident? Is that what you call it? An incident? Taylor's dead and Sam is barely hanging on.
I wouldn't worry too much about Miss Taylor, John. Our sources are convinced that Taylor was involved in the armory's destruction.
I don't see how that's possible. If she was in on it, why did Prometheus kill her?
Who knows? Maybe she had second thoughts about killing Mr. Gladstone.
Look, I know Taylor. There's no way she could be responsible. Someone on the inside has been feeding these guys information. Everywhere I've gone, they've been expecting me.
We've had our eye on her for some time now, John. We have surveillance photographs of Ms. Taylor making contact with enemy agents. She had a lot of connections to the underworld, which is a big part of the reason we brought her in. It makes perfect sense.
Not to me, it doesn't.
Watch your mouth, Mullins. Are you gonna find yourself off this assignment?
Calm down, both of you. Let's stick to the business at hand. The night the armory was destroyed, Sam Gladstone uploaded all of his research regarding Prometheus and Romulus.
He did? Well, I was unaware of that.
He did. But the file transfer was interrupted by the explosion. Fortunately, our techs managed to get most of it.
And?
It seems that Mr. Gladstone uncovered Promethean operations in Kamchatka. He traced Dr. Demetrius Estragor, an old protege of Dr. Ivanovich, to a weapons plant hidden in the mountains there. We believe he's the man responsible for Romulus.
What are the mission details?
You leave for Kamchatka immediately, capture Dr. Sestragor, and destroy the weapons plant.
One question. If this Dr. Sestragor used to work for Dr. Ivanovich, how do we know the good doctor isn't our mole?
Well, Dr. Ivanovich was naturally under our umbrella of suspicion, but his whereabouts have been accounted for at all times.
I want you to check out Dr. Ivanovich again. I still think Taylor's innocent in all this.
We'll take it under advisement.
Yeah, you do that.
Good luck, John. We're all counting on you.
Showtime, Mullins. I hope you're as good as they say you are.
You just make sure you're at the rendezvous point. Don't worry about me. I'll be there.
If you don't freeze to death first.
Everyone's a comedian.
Good luck, John. See you at the rendezvous.
Welcome, Mr. Mullins. We are glad you are here. I'm Sebastian Yenser, Chief of Police.
I got here as soon as I could. What's the situation?
Alexei Nashrad and his men are holding several hostages. They caught airport security completely off guard. The local police forces were able to evacuate a good number of civilians, but there are more being held inside. It's getting ugly in there.
What is your tactical assessment?
Lieutenant Frisch can fill you in. Lieutenant, this is John Mullins.
Good to know you, John.
Likewise.
We've got a layout of the airport on this infrared imager. The equipment is so sophisticated we can pinpoint the location of every terrorist and civilian on the grounds. Take this headset, and I'll be your eyes from here.
Excellent. We should get a move on before Nishrad's men start getting suspicious.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Check, check. Can you hear me, John?
Loud and clear, Lieutenant.
All right then, let's move out.
Hold it right there. You're a dead man, Nishrad.
You're too late, Mullins. It doesn't matter what happens to me. Our mole has crippled the shop's defenses. My men are preparing to move in as we speak. We'll have the doctor back soon enough. And with your people out of the way, there will be no one to stop us. It's over.
You're right. It is over. Wolf's Den. This is Lone Wolf. Authorization Alpha Niner 807. Come in. Over.
Lieutenant Hansen here. We read you, John. What's your status? Over.
I'm headed due west. Currently at 47 degrees, 23 minutes north latitude. 83 degrees, 33 minutes east longitude. Nashrad is dead. Prometheus threat neutralized. Romulus aboard plane. Please advise. Over.
Nice work, John. Locate the auto-navigation equipment and rewire it. We can take over the controls from here and land it safely. Over.
What about the mutagen? Over.
Don't worry, we'll deal with it. I'm programming the nav beacon to land the plane in the Ural Mountains away from any cities. Okay, it's all set. We just need you to rewire the equipment. I recommend you getting off that plane before it lands. We wouldn't want to lose one of our best ops if anything were to go wrong with the remote landing. Over.
Understood. Hansen, listen to me very carefully. I need you to run a full security system sweep immediately. Over.
What? Please explain. Over.
Nashrad claims Prometheus is set to overrun the shop and take back Dr. Sestragor. They've got a man on the inside. Repeat, there's someone on the inside.
They're going to sabotage the shop's defenses. Check the security systems. Over.
All right, John. I'll run a full check. Huh? You're not supposed to be...
Hansen, come in, Hansen. Damn it. I've got to get off this plane.
Go in peace, Madeline Taylor, from this world to the next. In sure and certain hope of the resurrection to eternal life through our Lord, we commend you to our sister, Madeline Taylor, and we commit her body to the ground, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. The Lord bless her and keep her. The Lord make his face to shine upon her, and be gracious unto her, and give her peace. Amen.
Attention! Present her! Fire! Fire! Fire!
I'll miss her, Sam.
Me too, John. She died trying to save my life. I'll never forget her.
Just so you know, Agent Taylor has been cleared of all charges. Our investigation showed she had no ties to Prometheus whatsoever.
Wilson worked alone. He and Nashrad fronted Prometheus in a crazy bid for money and power. With Dr. Sestragor and the biopreparate research behind them, they would have succeeded if it weren't for you, old friend. Nicely done.
With any luck, we won't have to worry about Prometheus or Romulus again.
Initial sweep is clean. Tell POTUS to stand by.
Someone else would like to thank you personally, John.
Sir, I'm going to have to search you.
What?
Standard procedure, sir.
I assume my fee has been transferred to my private account?
Of course, as per the usual arrangement.
Well, if it's all the same to you, I consider that thanks enough. Gentlemen, good day.
Hey, come back here. You can't just walk away from...
Let him go, son. Just let him go.